President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has received the Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani in Cairo, where both sides reaffirmed their strong partnership and commitment to regional stability. Al-Sisi stressed the urgent need for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, unrestricted humanitarian aid delivery, and the rejection of any attempt to reoccupy or displace Palestinians. He reiterated that the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital is the only path to lasting peace. The Egyptian president also underlined the necessity of starting Gaza's reconstruction as soon as a ceasefire is achieved, confirming preparations for a Cairo International Conference on Reconstruction in cooperation with the Palestinian Authority and the UN. Both leaders agreed to enhance joint political efforts to resolve regional crises through peaceful solutions while strengthening the Egypt-Qatar cooperation in investment and security. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has received Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Bahrain's National Security Advisor and Royal Guard Commander, and Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Commander of the Special Operations. The Bahraini envoys conveyed greetings for King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the Crown Prince Salman bin Hamad, praising Egypt's role in supporting regional security and stability. El-Sisi reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to strengthening ties with Bahrain and coordinating on regional challenges. Discussions focused on the Gaza crisis, where both sides stressed the urgent need for a ceasefire, the swift entry of humanitarian aid without obstacles, and categorical rejection of any attempt to displace Palestinians. The talks also reviewed regional tensions, with agreement on the importance of joint Arab efforts to contain the crises and safeguard stability. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi emphasized the importance of securing sufficient dollar resources to positively reflect on maintaining a reassuring stock of various goods, petroleum products, as well as production requirements for factories. During his meeting with the Central Bank Governor Hassan Abdullah, President el-Sisi underlined the need to continue efforts to boost dollar inflows, especially from local resources, and to maintain coordination between the government and the central bank to ensure a unified and flexible exchange rate for foreign currency. The official Gazette published President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's Decree number 435 of 2025, renewing the appointment of Hassan Abdullah as the governor of the Central Bank of Egypt for another year. According to the decree, President el-Sisi decided to extend the mandate of Mr. Hassan Abdullah to continue serving as acting governor of the Central Bank of Egypt for another year. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi sent a cable of congratulations to the General Brice Oligui Nguema, President of Gabon, on the occasion of the country's National Day celebration. President el-Sisi also sent a similar cable to President Prabowo Subianto of Indonesia, extending congratulations on the occasion of the country's Independence Day. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati and the Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa inspected the humanitarian kitchen food supply center run by the Egyptian Red Crescent in Sheikh Zayed and Arish on Monday, accompanied by Social Solidarity Minister Dr. Maya Morsi. The visit highlighted Egypt's ongoing efforts to provide humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza amid Israel's ongoing blockade and systemic starvation policy. During the inspection, Minister Morsi briefed officials on the kitchen's operations, while Egypt's Red Crescent Executive Director Ahmed Imam detailed the center's achievements, including the distribution of 2 million loaves of bread, over 500,000 hot meals and more than 700,000 dry food packages. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati and the Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa visited Rafah crossing to oversee the humanitarian aid entry. The Foreign Minister of Egypt was accompanied by the Prime Minister of Palestine Mohammed Mustafa, who had visited the border crossing to inspect the ongoing operations to facilitate the entry of humanitarian relief and aid into Gaza. This marks the Palestinian Prime Minister's first visit to the crossing, highlighting Egypt's continued effort to support the humanitarian response and mitigate the consequences of the ongoing Israeli military assault on the Gaza Strip. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati has reaffirmed Egypt's support for Palestinians at the Rafah crossing. Speaking at a press conference at the Rafah border crossing alongside Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa, Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati said their visit follows directives from President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. He emphasized that the Palestinian cause is just and that 80 years of injustice must end. Abdulati added that restoring Palestinian rights is essential for regional stability and reaffirmed Egypt's continued support for the Palestinians and their brothers. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa has praised Egypt's aid efforts, blaming Israel for the Gaza delays. Palestinian Prime Minister confirmed the efforts to deliver the humanitarian aid to Gaza are clear and tangible. Speaking at the Rafah border crossing, he praised Egypt's significant role under President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, both through official channels and civil society, including the Egyptian Red Crescent and private sector. Mustafa stressed the obstacle to aid entry is not Egypt, but the Israeli occupation, which controls the opening of 5 other crossings and deliberately keeps them closed, holding Israel fully responsible for the worsening humanitarian situation. Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati wrote a message on one of the boxes sent to the Palestinian people during his visit to the Egyptian Red Crescent's main logistics center. His message read, "A message of love, solidarity and unity with our brothers and sisters in steadfast Gaza, from beloved Egypt, its leadership, government and people." Trucks carrying humanitarian and relief aid as part of Zed al-Izza from Egypt to Gaza convoy began entering Gaza through the side gate of the Rafah border crossing, heading towards the Karm Salem crossing in the southeast of the Strip. An official source at Rafah crossing stated that the convoy, now on its 17th day, includes trucks loaded with thousands of tons of relief supplies, essential goods and food baskets, in addition to hundreds of tons of flour, medical supplies and medicine. Egypt has sent 115 humanitarian aid trucks into Gaza through the Karm Salem crossing, supporting residents amid the ongoing crisis. The trucks entered the Gaza Strip after they were transferred from the Rafah land crossing to Karm Salem crossing in the southeast. The delivery forms part of Egypt's ongoing efforts to provide essential supplies to Palestinians facing severe shortages. Officials continue to stress the need for increased humanitarian support to meet urgent demands. Egypt says it has delivered nearly 70% of humanitarian aid to Gaza since October 2023. Officials stress aid levels remain far below urgent needs. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati highlighted the country's major role in supporting Gaza, contributing the majority of aid since the start of the Israeli assault last year. He stressed that the number of trucks entering is far too limited to meet daily needs. Abdel Ati called for a massive increase in humanitarian support to prevent further suffering in a densely populated strip.